Imagine a battlefield where, on one side, stand the world's most powerful military forces, the United States and Israel. They possess advanced fighter jets, billion-dollar missile systems, and some of the most sophisticated air defense technologies on Earth. But the surprising part is this. Facing such immense power is a weapon that costs less than an ordinary car. And that small, inexpensive weapon is gradually changing the entire equation of modern warfare. Many military analysts now say that because of this drone, Iran has developed a strategy where the opponent is pressured not by sheer force, but by intelligence and economic advantage. When a drone that costs only a few $1,000s has to be stopped using missiles worth millions. It's easy to imagine how dramatically the economics of war can shift. At the center of this transformation is Iran's unusual weapon, the Shahed 136 kamikaze drone, also known as a suicide drone. Yes, we are living in a time when war, global politics, and economic crises are making many people's futures uncertain. However, if you look closely, the digital content sector still remains relatively stable and offers significant opportunities for the future. That's why over the past 9 years, I've learned various strategies and complete AI integration processes while growing Mayajal from 0 to 11 million subscribers. I'll be sharing these insights with some of you. If you want to build a strong foundation for your future, check the description box and the first comment for more details. Now, let's get back to the video. At first glance, this drone may look quite ordinary, not like a massive fighter jet or a terrifying missile. But in reality, this small weapon has quietly begun to reshape modern warfare over the past few years. Until now, it was believed that the more advanced and expensive the weapons, the stronger a military force would be on the battlefield. But the Shahed 136 is turning that idea upside down. Consider this. The US Tomahawk cruise missile costs several $1,000,000. Russia's KH-101 cruise missile also costs around the same range. Even Iran's own Fateh 110 ballistic missile can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yet, among all these, there exists a weapon that costs only a few $1,000s, sometimes even less than an old car. And that weapon is the Shahed 136 drone. This is where the real strength of the drone begins. It is often called a kamikaze or suicide drone. In military terms, it's known as loitering munition. Unlike traditional missiles that strike directly, this drone can circle in the air for a long time, searching for its target like a predator hunting its prey. Some targets are not always visible. They appear briefly and disappear within seconds. So the drone waits patiently in the sky for the right moment. And when that moment comes, it suddenly dives down, destroying the target in an explosion, while also destroying itself. Another unusual feature of this drone is its sound. When it flies, its engine noise resembles that of a scooter. That's why it's sometimes called a flying scooter. It uses a small two-stroke engine, similar to those found in scooters, and that distinct buzzing sound often creates fear among people who hear it. The drone is about 3.5 meters long, with a wingspan of around 3 meters, and weighs roughly 220 kilograms. At the front, It carries an explosive warhead weighing between 30 to 50 kilograms. At the back, there's a propeller that pushes it forward. It uses a simple two-stroke gasoline engine producing around 50 horsepower, allowing it to fly at speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour. There's no dedicated cooling system. The airflow during flight keeps the engine cool. To maintain stability, it has control surfaces at the rear, along with flaps and elevons on the wings to help it change direction. These are controlled by small servo motors. Inside, there's a compact computer system that controls the entire flight. It uses GPS to determine its position via satellites. If GPS fails, it switches to an inertial navigation system, which uses sensors to track its speed and direction and keep it on course. In some cases, the drone can even detect radar signals. If it identifies a radar from an air defense system, it can target and attack it directly, because once the radar is destroyed, the entire defense system becomes nearly blind. The drone is launched from a special launcher truck. It sits on a rail at an angle, and a small rocket booster propels it into the sky. Once airborne, its main engine starts, and the booster detaches automatically. Its range can reach up to 2,000 kilometers, but its real power lies in numbers. It rarely attacks alone. Often,